This is excited. This is my first YouTube video, man. Just right. It's such a great video. You do be done, boy. I'm gonna put the brown hair. I was like, yeah, got that rolling film from the 70s. Started. Done, boy. This is excited. This is my first YouTube video, man. Who's in the house? Who's in the house? I tried to do a little video today. I edited and everything. It didn't go out right. So I put it on private. I was trying to show the old Coca-Cola how they used to come. Yeah, you used to have an old can opener. Pop the top yourself. I don't know why this dadgum. I just don't get why this dadgum. It must be my bandwidth. That's all I can figure. It must be my bandwidth. What is going on here? What is going on? Who we got in the house? Kelly, Kibo, what's going on? Northland chick, how y'all doing? I don't know if Last Stand's still in here or not. He typed something way early. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can share this thing. Well, I gotta say fair use, fair use. But man, check, and I mean, I edited this out and everything. I don't know why. I'm gonna even put this on slow motion because YouTube. I mean, I don't know what it is about this StreamYard, but it's not letting my anything I show as a video go out. Oh, this is from like 1962. It's before my time. This a share, man. I mean, I don't get why this screen share sits there and it's so choppy, so down a lot. Y'all watch this. This is how you used to have to open up Coca-Cola back in the day. You had a can opener. You had to pop the lid on it. You believe that? That's how you had to open up your Coca-Colas back in 1962. Unbelievable, huh? So not that is crazy. Let me see if I can speed it up here. I'm telling you, I don't know why it's so choppy. But yeah, this is how you had to open up your Cokes back in the day. That was back in the day, y'all. back in the day. Well, we got one person in the chat. It's showing one up right there. Northern chick. I thought Kaylee was in there. Kelly. Why am I saying Kaylee? Man, I get Kibo right, and I'm calling you Kaylee. Ugh. Yeah, an old pull tab of like a sardine can kind of deal. That's crazy. Yeah, I was watching 1962 Atlanta NASCAR race. They didn't really have roll cages in those cars back then. I was like, unbelievable. Back when Benny Parsons and Carl Yarborough and all them were racing back in the good old days. Well, that's before my time. Man, I can't keep this cigarette lit. Yeah, I wasn't going to stay live long. I was just, like I said, I tried to put out a video earlier on it, and it didn't. I got to get some better video editing crap than, or I don't know what to do. Yeah, when they first started racing cars with the wood spoke rims on it, it took two people. One guy was the driver, and the other guy had a pump, and he had to pressurize the fuel tank. They didn't have a fuel pump. And then Paul's the name. And then when people started getting hurt, they'd use an inner tube, man, and they'd put it around the seat and pull it down around them. They used the inner tube to hold them in the seat. It's crazy. But I still can't get over. I've seen worse. Dale Earnhardt died, and I've seen worse impacts than that, and people walk away. It was just weird. I don't know if it's my signal or what, but I don't understand why my screen share makes my videos so choppy. It just doesn't make sense. Look choppy when I'm doing this replay, though. I mean, I wished I had hardline cable. The only way you can get internet down here is satellite dish or cell signal. I went to AT&T. That thing I was talking about a while back was called a Magic Jack, and it was basically a little bitty thing that went into USB, and it was like a cell phone anymore. Those things are good, man. They work just as like a cell phone. I knew this girl had a laptop, had one of those on it. Man, you can take that thing anywhere and use it. I don't know why they got rid of them. Now they provide a Wi-Fi thing. I'm like, daggum, I got that already. I'm using my tablet. Signal's not going to be better from the tower. What else was I going to do? I wanted to show that Coca-Cola. Yeah, that first one I did, I guess I don't know. I titled it "Have a Coke and a Smile," and then it was only about Coca-Cola, and they wouldn't monetize it. Said it might not be suitable for some advertisements. I'm like, well, Coca-Cola, they'd be happy. But it didn't hardly show anything. I couldn't believe that. It freeze framed on like my fair use intro, and then it just barely showed the Coke can. Then it showed it after it was popped and turned, and then it went back to my fair use. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I met Richard Petty, man. I shook his hand. I made him laugh. You know what all I did, I asked him, I was like, hey, Mr. Petty, I go, I said, I'll sweep your shop for $100 a week. I just wanted to get in the door, right? He started laughing. I'm like, no, I'm for real. I'll sweep your shop for $100 a week. I just want in the door. But he had a pack of Levi Garrett in his back pocket. I got those pictures somewhere. I got a picture of the Levi Garrett sticking out of his back pocket. He had on the old Petty. Oh yeah, and that's who was in that '62 race too, man. No, I'll take that back. His dad was Lee Petty. I was watching some 1973 ones when he was in the Dodge and stuff. Hey, People's Last Stand. Did you miss the Coca-Cola thing? You'll have to go back and watch the replay. Hey, To Be the Change couldn't figure out why his videos were getting banned worldwide and they were taking them off the internet. And I said something about, well, if you play certain songs, he's like, I hadn't been playing any music, but he had his guitar he'd been playing, right? I said, if you play any AC/DC, and I hadn't heard any of his streams, right? He goes, matter of fact, I have been playing AC/DC songs on the guitar. He goes, don't tell me that they're banning my live streams because I was playing AC/DC. And I'm like, yep. Yeah. That's crazy. It's the AI. I mean, this man's got his own acoustic guitar. And I told him, I was like, all he's got to do is hear two of the familiar notes, and boom, it's a copyright claim. I got copyright claims that it won't even let me remove the song because the owner of the song has monetized my video. So you know what I do with that video? Put it on private. Nobody's gonna watch it, so nobody's gonna see your commercials that you're making money off of on my video. My video that I should be able to edit the song out of. They will not let me edit the song out of my own video. They're going Last Stand. Appreciate it. You don't have to do that though. But I appreciate it, but you don't have to do that. Because YouTube takes 30%, and it's crazy. Yeah, I saw Paul up in D Live today. He's like, aren't you supposed to be at work? Shoot, I got a week off, unfortunately. Kind of fortunate, but unfortunate. Yeah, I got a PayPal, but it's a minimum of $1,000 that you have to put in. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, I got 7 notifications. I ain't been checking nothing. They're taking 30% out, and then you got to figure your Uncle Sam looks at that as income, so they're taking another 28%. So you're actually losing about 60% before it ever gets to you. It's ridiculous. I was kidding last time. Just get one of those T-shirts or something. I think I got everything. There's one sweatshirt I just let. It said the time is now. It's going over top the hourglass, and I'm like, I'm leaving it like that. It don't look that bad that way. I just can't believe the setup they got to, because you set up like I set up on a T-shirt, right? And I put everything the way I wanted it. And then it goes, what else do you want to add it to? I was like, well, shoot, let me add it to this sweatshirt. You know, I use the regular, medium, and premium T-shirt. You know what I mean? Anyhow, the cheapest T-shirt to the best quality T-shirt. Same thing on the sweatshirts, right? And then if it wasn't for you last time telling me, oh, the pictures over the words, I'm like, what? And I got to looking. Don't you think in this day and age they would make it to where it automatically did that because there's pockets down there. It don't make sense. AMH. I always see MH over Ben Time Travelers, Pete's, or Patrick's. Patrick's been trying to keep it cool nowadays. I guess he messed up one of them Pete channels. I don't know. YouTube's getting crazy. I forget about it. I'm not all. This monetization thing ain't something that I was really concerned about. You know what I mean? So it just kind of, I don't even think about it. I think I did put fair use in here, didn't I? Yeah. But you know, even though I'm gonna shut up. But anyhow, I got my other channel got a copyright strike, and I used fair use and didn't even really show the actual video as it was originally. I had modified it to where it wasn't exactly the same, and anyhow, that channel I can't stream on for till January or something. What am I looking for here? I'm looking for something, y'all. Where did I do that at? Man, I'm really going to start campaigning on this daggum chemtrail stuff because I can't believe people don't understand what's really going on. But then they say, I mean, how should I put this lightly? How should I put this lightly? Man, I hate this little cachet thing. They got, but anyhow, hang on, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. This is what I don't get. People don't think climate change is man-made, right? But yeah, there's my PayPal link. But yet they acknowledge that they're blaming climate change on the public people of the world is causing climate change, but they don't believe climate change is man-made. I mean, you can see these planes spraying all that stuff in the air. You make videos of the weirdest clouds you ever seen because they are geoengineered clouds. They're man-made weather formations, but you're not going to believe climate change is man-made. You know, I've got to figure out how to get people past the climate change is due to the geoengineering. Geoengineering means to change the climate to another condition that you're looking for. I mean, what do you think geoengineering means? Changing the climate. And why do you think they say climate change so much? Because they're changing the climate with these planes that are spraying all over the place. But people will not, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like whatever they're spraying up there has made switches to where it just don't click together and people go, oh yeah. And then you get these trolls that come on when you explain stuff in detail of what is going on, and they just laugh. Then you go to their channel, they have no content and 2 subscribers. So they're either that third-party misinformation campaign, or they're just a stupid troll, or they're a paid troll. I don't know. But it's irritating the crap out of me, man. And I think that's what I'm going to start doing from now on. I got to get a better camera. And I'm just going to start showing these people these planes. It's not just two streams coming out of the back of them. If you can get binoculars, and I need a camera that acts like binoculars, and I'm not saying I'm getting a P900, I'm just going to find one of the best video cameras I can at a pawn shop. Because I don't even know how much a P900 is. So that Canon you got would work last time. But I have looked through my binoculars and have seen mist coming from wingtip to wingtip, all the way across. It's just a mist coming out, but you can't see it with your naked eye. You got to have binoculars because it's real fine. But man, I just don't understand how people don't want to acknowledge. I mean, this is what gets me. Obama, every time he got in front of a mic, he was always yelling, climate change, climate change. It's like Earth sent him a telegram and said, hey, look, I'm going through a climate change, warn everybody. I mean, there's nothing, it's getting drastic now, but as far as when I started yelling climate change, man, how could you tell? I mean, how can you tell? Yeah, maybe one summer's hotter than normal. But, I mean, you can go back in the records and see the same thing, man. I remember one Christmas, there was 4 inches of slush and sleet from Memphis, Tennessee, all the way across Arkansas, all the way across Oklahoma, and all the way down into the top of Texas. Because I had to drive in that crap, man. I was at Sheppard Air Force Base in Wichita Falls, Texas. And I was on Christmas break. Jim G. And I was on Christmas break, and I had to get back to Wichita Falls. It was like 800 miles. And the whole way, it was nothing but slush. And then when I got to Wichita Falls, it wasn't nothing but snow for weeks and weeks and weeks. I mean, it was all the way down to Lubbock, Texas. And that was in 1986, 1987, because it was December, January. So I've seen it colder than it is now, but they weren't yelling climate change back then. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know for a fact. I'm getting older, but old age ain't making my memory like it is. I promise you. Hydrobot, where have you been? I hadn't seen you in I don't know how long. It's been a while. I thought you were coming down here to Tennessee. Jordan Woodworking. How's it going, man? Oh man. Yeah, you've been laying low. But yeah, and then this is something else that's been getting me. All right. When I was in high school, this is in like it was either my freshman or sophomore year, right? Because I remember it was always on the radio. They're talking about AIDS, how we're having an AIDS epidemic. AIDS. This is in like I'll say 83 to be pretty close. 1983, all you heard was AIDS, how bad AIDS was, right? Well, then it started toning down. Now let's look at this: 83, 93, 2003, 2013. That's 40 years. Oh no, wait a minute. 83, 93. Wait a minute. 83, 93. Oh, phew. I had it one too many fingers, y'all. 30-something years ago is when they had the big outbreak of AIDS. Right? How come just now, just in the last 2 weeks, I've started seeing commercials for if you got if you have HIV, this or that, this pill will help you live longer. I mean, over 30-something years later, they're just now coming out with medicine, and I'm like, I don't get it. I drink well water, Hyderabad. Neither side media is in the house. What's going on, Tails? They're definitely exterminating us. And then back in the day, they said, don't worry, mosquitoes won't transmit the AIDS virus. I'm thinking, who's that dumb? I mean, this is in like 83. And I'm like, who is dumb enough to believe the CDC is telling us, don't worry about mosquitoes transmitting AIDS? Even though mosquitoes transmit every other disease, they can't transmit AIDS. Really? Really? Riding on the wave, huh? I still haven't done the live I want to do. Dadgummit, I'm on StreamYard. I'm going to be out of daggum minutes in a little bit. Starry Night, what's going on? Yeah, I forgot. I was just doing this. I tried sharing a video on this. I was just going to go live and share the old Coca-Cola thing. And, man, I don't know what the deal was. It chopped it up. It didn't show it like it should have. Kind of pissed me off. Skywatcher footage, what's going on? But yeah, it's what I don't get, man. They wasn't yelling climate change until all these planes started coming over, blocking out the sun. Then they start yelling climate change. I mean, if you want to be like the Democrats, 1 + 1 = 2. Well, airplanes blocking out the sun, and they're yelling climate change. Might be something to it. Yeah, I'm all right, Skywatcher. Born Erasers out of the shower and on the internet. Yeah, it's crazy. And I've had planes going over all day, but they're not really laying the trails. You know what I mean? That's why I need a good camera, man. I need to document the stuff I see here is just crazy. Where's Roots at? I haven't seen Roots in forever. Ever since he kicked me off his live panel, he hadn't come back. Is Michigan in the house? I don't know. Yeah, Indiana. No, Roots, he didn't do a live me on the panel. I was just messing around. Yeah, it's crazy, y'all. I can't figure out. I mean, I've been watching the chat, right? You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, I was watching the responses, and I don't know, somebody else's channel I went to, and they're like, the strangest clouds they'd ever seen. And I put, that's because they are, well, Last Stand, you know who I'm talking about, because I'm like, how do you help somebody that sits there and thinks that climate change is natural when it's not right now? I mean, yeah, there is natural climate change, but what's going on right now is not natural. And they're trying to blame it on man and polluting when, yeah, it is man polluting our skies with those jet planes. That's true, but they're trying to say it's us down here with our cars and our factories and our coal fuel electrical plants and man, one of those planes puts out more pollutants than all the cars in America in one day. One plane puts out the equivalent to every car in America for a day. And there's more than one plane up there. So you figure 10 planes, which there's more than 10 planes. I count hundreds every day. But 10 planes per day would equal to all the cars in the United States times 10 for the pollution rate of a day. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. Super Dave. I'm just griping about the chemtrails. Anybody want to help out on my chemtrail campaign? There's my Teespring store. I've got a chemtrail awareness apparel there. I'm gonna change up and do another one that's got like chemtrails on it. But I'm getting tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of these planes. They're so daggum loud. They think they're sneaky. They're flying over the least populated areas to get to where they're going to do what they're doing. Super Dave, you feeling any better, man? They claim the flu bug is epidemic in Tennessee, but I have yet to meet anybody that is sick. I'm just saying. But they claim it's an epidemic in Tennessee. Everybody seems healthy and fine. Whose channel got closed? Last stand. I must have missed something in chat. Okay. Well, 90% is better than where you were at, Dave. Whose channel were you talking about? Oh. Hmm. It's probably, I don't know. Who knows? It couldn't have happened to a nicer person. She's the one that put a strike on my channel for no reason at all. Stupid. That I'm gonna shut up. But that girl has some problems. I can diagnose it. I'm no doctor, but I've been around enough people to know paranoid schizophrenic when I see it. Man, Dave, we're having a lot of daggum earthquakes here lately. That Guatemala one, there was just south of us, and then that one up right there on Canada, they're on the same line basically. And I know somebody down in Guatemala. Well, they're not there because they want to be. They used to live beside me, but immigration got a hold of them and shipped them back. I mean, he still owns the land beside me. He's trying to figure out how to get back. I don't know, Last Stand. I know I didn't do it because I wasn't giving her a minute of watch time or view time or a view or a like. Now, I might have clicked on a dislike pretty quick, but other than that, you get what you dish out. You know what I mean? And I try to do everybody like I want to be done. But there comes a point when do unto others as they do unto you. And people hate it when I say that, but oh, is that the channel that did it to her? That's the one thing about the StreamYard chat. It doesn't delete over there. I sipped on a little moonshine today. Just to sip on it. Yeah, eye for an eye. Oh, is that? But anyhow, I didn't do nothing to Rose. So if she probably, in her mind, because she copyrighted me, she probably thinks I got her, but I didn't because it shows who gets who. If somebody copyrights you, it shows their name, it shows their email. So whoever got her, she knows. She knows because it'll show. Unless YouTube just yanked it, then you want. Oh man, y'all. I'm trying. I'm thinking about putting some in a few bottles and dadgummit, I can't do what I wanted to do. I was gonna give some out Christmas. I was gonna blend it though. I was gonna blend the bottles and get a certain level because I got some you can run these motorized bicycles off of. Tell Ricky I said hey. But man, y'all, it got up to like 71 today. Crazy. And I forgot I had, well, it was kind of, well, it wasn't really cold this morning. It was like 48, but I got a little fire going. And I figured since I had some coals, I'd bake me a potato. And I forgot about it until now. I need to turn that sucker. Y'all be patient with me. There's nothing better than cooking on an open fire, man. I got one of them old coffee pots from the 70s. It's ceramic. And you set it on a daggum stove eye and perk your coffee. That's the best coffee, is having it perk up through that stem and come back down through the grounds. But usually when I get a fire going out here, I'll get that coffee pot and set it out here and let it percolate. It's no use in wasting heat. And if it's really, really cold, man, I'll come out here and cook. Unless I want to add extra heat to the house. In the summertime, I hardly cook because I got a gas stove and that'll heat it up so bad in there. Shoot, look, it wasn't supposed to get up to 73 today. And they're calling for 68 degrees on Christmas. Well, it'll probably be 86. It's crazy, man. This is not climate change. This is Mother Nature fighting against geoengineering. I mean, you cannot corral Mother Earth's natural cycles without stuff happening everywhere. I mean, you do something here, you'll have another reaction over here. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what is it, Newton's law? How does that go? But anyhow, y'all know what I mean. If you do something over here, something's going to happen over here. It's just a reaction. It's normal. So when you try to squeeze the weather over here, it's going to push the weather over there, and it's going to make weather move everywhere. And you're going to have, that's like, where was it? Australia had daggum hailstones the size of softballs that destroyed crops. I mean, that was probably on purpose. And then in the deserts, they're having snow where it's never snowed before. Yeah, and they're trying to say, well, that's climate change. No, that's man making that stuff happen so they can yell climate change. I figured it out. They want to make the winters longer so people have to pay more to stay warm. It's all about charging the public for resources. It's helping the oil companies make more money. If you make it colder, longer, you have to use more heat. So the electric company's benefiting, the gas company's benefiting, the coal oil companies are benefiting. I mean, come on. Let me catch back up on this chat. Cause and effect, right? People's last thing. I just saw that. Yeah, for every action, there's a reaction. And that's what I was trying to figure out. It was how's it go? For every action, there's a equal and opposite reaction. So you make it cold somewhere, it gets hot somewhere else. You make it hot somewhere, it gets cold somewhere else. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but it was an arc of light went through the sky. Like, it was bent. It was bent and it went through the sky. I saw it. But, it'd be like, all right, if you ever seen a lighthouse and how the light goes across, but it wasn't a straight beam, it was an arc beam. Actually, it was arc. I've never seen anything like it. I wished I had a camera. Oh, let's see. I'm trying to catch up on this chat. Man, we're like, I think 14 inches above in the rainfall for the year. Last year, we're over 26 inches above the regular rainfall. It's been crazy. Man, I've been trying to stream on DLive and I can't get it to stream. And then yesterday, I couldn't get a stream out anyway. I tried my OBS. I tried that my web camera. Couldn't get anything to do anything. Well, there you go. Last thing, Bert. I don't know. Do you have the planes going over like I do around here? I need to borrow your camera. I just need it for a week. I get so much documentation in a week. It's crazy. In 2020, woohoo! 2020. It's starting to get dark out there. I need to figure out where my dog is. She's been sleeping in the Jeep most of the day. Oh, Lord, y'all. Yeah, I mean, we had the sun all day, and actually, for the first time in a year, my low battery level light went out on my solar battery. I mean, my solar bank. I had my solar cell on, trying to charge it, and it finally charged today. First time in a year. I mean, I'll turn it on and it'll go all day because I got it hazed out, and I'll still have a low. I mean, it keeps the battery up, but it's not charging it all the way, right? Today it did. Spraying? Were they spraying last stand? Hey, Ann Pearson. I'm not really an earthling. You know what? Maybe she'll be all right. Man, that's crazy. I seen somebody build a lake one time or a big pond, and it rained so bad the water went over the deep end levee. And once that water started going over, it just eroded out. It just emptied out the whole daggum pond. It was crazy. That's why, well, I don't even think if they had built the spillway, they would have built it big enough. Man, when was this? This was in like the early 90s. And this is back when it was before they really started chemtrailing like they're doing. And the weather was crazy, man. It was getting hotter and hot. But I met this old guy. He was like 84 years old. And anytime I meet old people like that, I ask them, have they ever seen weather like this? That guy's 84 years old. And he said, I'm 84 years old and I've never seen weather like this. So that's a good indication something wasn't right. I hear my dog bark. Ouija! Ouija! Y'all excuse me for yelling. Man, it rained from Saturday afternoon all the way till I guess midnight last night. And it was only supposed to rain Saturday night, and that was it. But it wound up raining all day yesterday. But the sun was out all day. They kept clouds in front of it somehow. I think it's light sensitive chemicals that the sun reacts with and makes it have a cloud in front of it. From anybody's perspective, it don't matter where you're at, where your focus light's coming to you at. There's just a little area that's going to have clouds. I could drive 50 miles south and still see that same cloud over the sun. You know what I mean? Because it's photoreactive. Let me see what my dog's doing. Ouija! She usually listens. She's a little hard headed sometimes. Oh man, I haven't really felt like eating in a couple of days either. Yeah, I saw little clouds this morning, and what was weird about them, they're going from east to west. I don't get it. But I knew we were going to get some kind of weather, and you can look down in the Gulf how they got this low made. There you go. All right, she listened to me. I need to shut the shop door. So that dog is slick, man. She can get up and get out of here before I even know it. But when I see planes flying like from the southwest to the northeast or going south to north, I know they're doing something in the Gulf Coast. There's been a lot of small planes going over today, too. That's what I've been saying, Northland Chick. There's no wildlife around here anymore. And that's the thing. That's the stuff they used to eat is dead. The wild edibles that people could eat are gone. And when I started noticing that, is when I started noticing, hey, there ain't any more coons, armadillos, possums. Used to be possums bad out here, right? I can put a pot of beans outside and they'll sit there for 3 days and not get touched by anything. I saw a dead buzzard 3 weeks ago. I mean, who's ever seen a dead buzzard? I haven't. All my muscadine vines are falling out of trees, and I'm talking about over 20 something vines. That's another reason I need a camera. I need to document this stuff. I mean, it's just like, they're up in the trees, right? But when they fall out of the trees, they're just wrapped around at the base. They're laying on the ground. All right, MH. But yeah, y'all. I was just going to show that old Coke. It won a commercial. It was from a 1962 Atlanta 500 race. And they had a rain break. And this dude opened up a Coke. And he had an old can opener. Had to open the Coke with a can opener. That means it was a tin can. Sure, when I first started driving, oil come in round quart cans, and I had one of them funnel things you punch through the top, so it had a spout on it and you pour it. That was quick, MH. My dog's laying. I guess there's a little coals in the bottom. Well, I'm cooking that tater in there. The last time I tried doing that, I forgot about the potatoes. And then when I went to check on them, it was just carbon inside the burn up tin foil. That's weird. I don't get it. My YouTube chat is now faster than my StreamYard chat, but yet the YouTube video feed is way behind. But yeah. I don't have any songbirds anymore. That gum tails. Hold on to that sucker. I got a little, like a half pint of damn, I can't remember the name of it, but it come from the Air Force, and I can't remember. Anyhow, it's for jet engines, and it's in a round metal can. And I thought about that today. I need to go find that. But man, that might be worth something. I saw somebody on YouTube had like a Quaker State can like that. It was how many years old? I think they said a 45-year-old can of Quaker State. Is it still good? And they took it to have it analyzed to see if the oil was still good. Of course it'll be good, shouldn't it? I mean, the crude oil's been in the ground for millions of years. Why wouldn't refined oil last millions of years, Excuse me. You know what? Well, there ain't no telling how they refined it and what additives they put in it. Oh yeah, you got that little parakeet. No, I don't have any. The only thing I got right now is these little finches that come through during the wintertime. Other than that, I only have blackbirds. There's no blue jays, no robins, no mockingbirds, no cardinals, nothing like that. Just crows and buzzards. That's it. And then the hummingbirds, I've watched this year, only had like 5 hummingbirds. The year before, I had about 20. And the year before that, there's about 40. And then, and I think it's the same honeybee, but that honeybee flew in here today again. And I had to get it out because for some reason, I don't know, it gets confused. It wants to go to the fluorescent light more than it wants to go outside. But I think I messed with that same bee 3 times this year. Sucker act like it wanted to sting me. But yeah, the honeybees, they're gone around here. Oh man. And what, I'm gonna jump political real quick because this has kind of been irritating me. They want to impeach Trump so bad, and they went through this big charade of all what they went through. Now Nancy wants to hold back on sending it to the Senate. Hang on. If he's such a bad president, why do you want to hold on to it? I thought y'all wanted him out now. Okay, I'm done with political. Whew. But that just irritates me. All that bull crap. He's got to be good. I don't guess I was done. He's got to get out of here. We got to get him out of office. But we're going to wait. We're not going to. What? Don't make sense. Man, I ain't seen a woodpecker. Now you say something. I haven't seen a woodpecker in 2 years. I mean, I've just been watching everything disappear. It's not climate change. It's the daggum stuff they're spraying up there that's coming down here. It's killing the trees. I mean, you can't grow anything out in the garden. Not here, anyhow. I've tried. I can't. All the tomato. I didn't even. Usually, I try to plant a little garden every year. Like this year, Ouija. She snuck out. I caught her that time. Ouija, get back in there. But this year, I didn't even try to plant anything because last time I planted tomatoes, every one of them, I mean, when they were green and like that big around, they had bottom right off the bat. The squash, the blooms would fall off right after they blossom. And then, I mean, I was watching the natural weeds and stuff around here. They weren't even making seeds right. Wow. Well, that's kind of that to me, Super Dave, looks like election meddling, doesn't it? If they're waiting until they get Democrats in the Senate, then they're election meddling. I mean, if he's so bad, why are they waiting? You see what I'm saying? If he needs to be out of office so bad because he's such a bad president, but they're going to wait until they get a bunch of Democrats in the Senate, then they're going to turn it in so they know they can get rid of them. See what I'm saying? That's election meddling. All right, Race, you got to get back in the shower. Yeah. Yeah, I had to fight off those daggum yellow jackets in the ground. Let me get this dog in here real quick. Wait. 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 Come here. Wait. She is hard headed, and I got to kind of put some meanness in my voice sometimes to make her listen. But yeah. Okay, Ouija. She's looking at me like she's cold, so let me try to move my tater out of the way. All right, Ouija, I'll try to crank her up. It is getting a little nippy. Not bad. Hang on, Ouija. That log might light up. I don't know. I'm telling you, man, this wood, I need to get pictures of it. Because you can tell something's wrong with the wood. It's from the trees absorbing all this stuff out of the atmosphere. I ain't lying, man. I'm fixing to get hard and heavy on these chemtrails in the sky. I'm fixing to start educating people on the destruction of this planet, or, well, I'll just say this earth. Because I'm a neither earther. I'm used to calling it a planet, but whatever it is, God called it earth. So I'll just call it earth. But they're killing us all. They're killing everything. And they're making it to where we're going to have to. I heard that that Frankenstein meat they're making in labs is already in supermarkets. Have y'all heard about that? That lab-made meat? It's already being sold to the public. That's crazy. Hey, Agony. Yeah. It's bad enough half the cows are cloned anyhow. It's weird. Everybody's eating the same cow, even though it comes from a different cow. Instead of breeding, they just clone. Oh, I wouldn't eat it either. But you never know. And then look at that recall they had on the hamburger patties because it had pieces of green plastic in it. And the only places those hamburger patties went to was schools, elementary schools and high schools. I mean, come on. Hodgepodge, what's going on? Hey, y'all hit that like button if you hadn't. I forgot to say anything about it. I don't usually say anything, but I've been taking some of these YouTube things and they say the like button helps with the algorithm. Number 9. Well, thank you. How could, oh, I know what I ought to do. Can I do that? Let me try something here. I don't know how bad it's going to mess up my stream. It was crazy yesterday, man. I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get a stream out for anything. I'd hit the go live button, and all I had was a whirly bird. And it kept whirly birding, and it did that. And finally, it said something about retry or finish, and I'm like, let's just finish this thing. And then, as soon as I hit finish, that sucker sat there and went live. I'm like, what? And then it shut off. I'm like, man. But I just couldn't keep the thing going. If y'all want, y'all go check out the beginning of this because I showed the old Coke can how they opened it back in the day. All right, it's showing. My stream is excellent. Okay. Well, I guess I can do away with this one. Oh, no, man, I get tired of that. I'm going to have to put Windows 10 on this computer because I got Windows 7 on it. And this not going to be supporting Windows 7. I think after January, what did my brother say? January the 7th or 10th or something like that. Now, why am I getting a buffer signal on that? But yeah, they're not going to be supporting it after January or something. So, let me try this. Ooh, pop that out. I'll share the chat. That way y'all can see the chat. And ain't got to see a big picture of me. What y'all think about that right there? Oh man, I do feel like eating something today. Laura M, how you doing? Thank you for coming by. Yeah, I tried doing it this morning. Just like a 1-minute video of it. And this StreamYard is messed up. Man, yeah, tell me how that quick fix thing works. They've been putting those commercials on some of my videos. Lori, I'm sorry. I'm bad with words and names sometimes here lately. I didn't used to be, but nowadays I am. Oh man, y'all. Last thing I appreciate super chat you gave me, but like I said, that daggone YouTube, they're kind of greedy. Yeah, I'm just old hillbilly out here. I mean, I've been to college and stuff. I can draw blueprints, read blueprints, set up CNC machines. I was an aircraft mechanic. I used to build every bit of sheet metal for anything heating and air. But but yeah, I mean, I got this thing right here is to put Windows 10 on this computer. And I'm thinking about I got that old, it's a brand new Acer, but it's old desktop. And it's got Windows 7 on it. I'm thinking about putting Windows 10 on it, Windows 10 on this, tying the two together. I think I have a Discord, y'all, but I'm not too sure how it works. I've got a Twitter. Man, I even got a, what's it called? Me Now, MeWe. I can't remember what that website is. Man, I don't know about that, Lori. I mean, that's crazy. My eye color changes from brown to green, but I got hazel eyes. Protest Skywatch. What's going on? Man, yeah, I don't know, man. They come up with so many different conspiracies nowadays. Who knows what? I know if you look at Nancy Pelosi and then look at some of them other chicks, they all got sunken eyes, man. It's like they're, I don't know. It's crazy. I don't know, man. That's like George Soros. That joker looks like he's been dead for 15 years. I guess they just keep putting, transfusions, taking his old blood out and putting baby blood in. I don't know. They're doing something. can't keep this daggone cigarette lit. Protest Skywatch. I don't think I have you. Oh man, I can't. If I go there, dadgummit. For some reason, well, I've got to be on that chat there. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. I don't think, I hate to say this, but I don't remember you, Protest. But I'm sub to you. Hmm. Imagine that. How could I forget that name? Man, I hate this laser mouse because I wind up, that thing's all the way over here. I don't know. It don't look as good as the old fashioned mouse that has the ball on the bottom that rolls. Say I'm on top chat, y'all. Make sure you're on live chat or you'll miss somebody. Soros he is evil. He's the epitome of evil. I mean, you can look at him. He looks like he should be a pope. I hate to say it like that, but that's the truth, man. Most popes are evil looking, except for that guy they got now that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Oh, don't get me going there, y'all. He's a LGBTQ pusher, I believe. The new pope. He's in the just go with the flow of things, you know. I'm sorry. And y'all, well, I better shut up. I was supposed to start talking about Christmas, and I won't do it. But what, Luigi? Come on. I don't guess the fire's cranking up more. Yeah, man. It's just a bad piece of wood that won't get going. Well, the full truth, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. They've twisted everything around so bad. What gets me is this is my problem with Christmas. I'm not going to get into the religious side of it or anything, but from birth, children are lied to by their parents that there is a Santa Claus that comes down a chimney and puts gifts underneath the daggone Christmas tree. And every child at one point comes to terms with there's no Santa Claus. Well, to me, I look at it like this. I've been lied to by my very own parents. So that's the problem I have with it the lie that they keep perpetuating out there generation after generation. Every child born is being lied to from birth up till they realize there ain't a Santa Claus. So what does that do to the mind? You see what I'm saying? It's a psychological warfare in a way. Because they make these kids believe wholeheartedly that Santa Claus is real, the reindeer fly, and then they find out, but they don't realize they've been lied to. They think, oh, it ain't real. But then they do it to their kids. And then those kids grow up and do it to their kids. And I'm like, man, they're perpetuating a lie over and over. And it's made it to where you're able to accept the lies the media's telling you, and you're accepting the lies the government's telling you. It's a propaganda deal, and people don't realize it. And I'm not going to get into Jeremiah 10:4 or whatever, where it says, "Don't be as the heathens and nail a tree up inside your home and decorate it with silver and gold." That's in the Bible. I guess I did go there. But the biggest point of it is the fact that everybody lies to their kids. And then the kid tells a lie and they just accept it. Well, it kind of pisses me off because, man, why did my parents lie to me? Why did they try to convince me that Santa Claus was real? You know what I mean? Crap ain't right. I don't care who you are. West Texas Daniel, how's it going? Yeah, the Easter Bunny. That's something I don't get. What does that rabbit with colored eggs got to do? Be quiet. I'm not going religious on her. Yeah, that's the other thing, Lori. Is and then not only were you, they perpetuate that lie to where people are buying all these presents as a marketing scheme, and they've done this forever. I mean, yeah, it's a good time of year to sit there and recognize Jesus, and it's a good time of year to get together with your family. But man, it's a marketing propaganda scheme. I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah, Santa Claus is real. Me too, West Texas, or I'll just say West Texas. Yeah, Saint Nick might have been real, but then you got people. I shouldn't get into that. You got people that celebrate Halloween year round. I mean, really? This is my favorite holiday. Really? Halloween? Why do we do that to our kids? Tell them this is the day that the ghosts and goblins come out of the grave. I mean, you either give them a treat or you get a trick. Really? So let me get this straight. The treat is like what? An offering? And if you don't give an offering, something bad happens to you? I mean, I might be twisting stuff around here, but I try to simplify. What? The cell phone has nothing to do with truth. It's inanimate. That's true. It's all on how you use that cell phone. See, they're trying to use these cell phones to program our minds. I mean, if you got your own mind, your own will, you know what's right and what's wrong. But there's a lot of people, they got to learn what's right and wrong by something on the phone telling them. It's crazy. Yeah. Yep. Satan is for real. I remember when I was a kid, talking about Santa Claus. My friend told me it's true. He would never lie, but he saw Santa Claus. He heard something, got up, and I'm like, oh no, you didn't. He's like, yeah, yeah. Exactly, Northland chick. That's what I'm saying. These lies they tell the children from birth. I mean, as soon as It don't matter if the kid was born December the 24th. They're getting a Christmas present on the 25th. You know what I mean? So if they're born on December 26th, they're getting a Christmas present the next year around. You know, it starts from birth until the kid figures out that Santa Claus, they've been lied to, you know. But then they don't get mad about being lied to, they just accept it. And that's conditioning right there. I mean, come on. It just pisses me off. But I remember being a kid and thinking there was Santa Claus coming. My parents, or maybe they'd let us when we got older, a little older. We could stay up and watch NORAD radar, sit there and track Santa Claus across the globe a little bit. I mean, really? They're even using NORAD radar to perpetuate the lie. I mean, ugh, I'm sorry. This is not made for kids, okay? Yeah, I don't know about that moon thing. I used to think we did, but I'm starting to think we didn't. Really, it doesn't matter. It's a lie. Everything they tell us is a lie. I still haven't done that thing where I want to show you how high in relation to the surface of the earth these satellites and stuff are supposed to be. Because they're too close to sit there and have a round picture of a earth. And that's used. And look, what's his name? Pythagoras theorem, the one that figured the earth was round, is a theory. It was a theory that got adopted. It's still a theory. Forget it. Now, for every mile, the Earth's supposed to curve 8 inches down. So for every mile, you lose 8 inches. And they're saying you can only see 3 miles to the horizon. I'm like, that's a bunch of crap. Because I know I've seen over 10 miles to the horizon. Then they saying, well, no, that's a mirage because of the atmospheric conditions is why you think you're seeing the base of that mountain. Come on. Yeah, it's time to teach everybody, not just the children, but the people that are my age and less. I mean, come on. I've been lied to. And my parents got lied to. I mean, everybody's been lied to. My parents got lied to, evidently. I mean, it's been going on for a while. Because if we knew the real truth, we wouldn't put up this crap that we put up with in this world. Oh, you're right, Hodgepodge. That makes it true. Nixon. Myra Ellen. I hope I said that right. How you doing? I didn't see you slip in. I thought I was looking at the chat. Yeah, and we all been lied to, Super Dave, our whole lives. Daggum Easter Bunny. That was, man, I don't get it. You know, Easter's some god or whatever that hatched an egg, laid an egg in some river somewhere or something like that, right? So that's what Easter's about. The Easter Bunny bringing those eggs. I ain't gonna get all into it. Yeah, I ain't never met him, Super Dave. Never met Santa Claus. Oh, but you know, that's how I look at it too, Agni. If you look at the atom, if you break the atom down into a molecule, was it? Is the atom smaller than molecule? But anyhow, your electrons and protons and everything, they they orbit around something, right? It's only safe to assume you got the micro and the macro, right? So if we can look down at the atomic level, who's to say the solar system isn't another atomic level of something we're a bigger part of? What if everything, you know what I'm saying? What if a speck of dust is a whole universe for something? You know what I mean? Because that's the micro. And then we're the macro of that micro, but also we're a micro of a bigger macro. Does that make sense? It's kind of deep if you think about it. I know, Lord, that's crazy. Be the change. Exactly, be the change. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we're probably there's something bigger than us looking at us through a microscope saying, look at that bacteria on that small piece of whatever we're on. You know, what if the earth is a breadcrumb and they're looking at us as some sort of mold spore? You know what I mean? I mean, or what if we're a subatomic element in something like all our universe that we think is a big expansion of space is actually just as far as we can see of this tree we're really made of in this bigger reality that and that tree is actually, I mean, it goes on. I mean, that's how you have eternity. If time never began, never ended, then from the smallest to the biggest, there's no ending either. Because the smaller you get, if you could get down as small as an atom, you would see something on that and be able to go small. I don't know. It's deep. Trying to think about it and make you crazy like me. I've been that way, big change. I've always, this reality we are in right now is temporary. And I've always known that. This is not where we belong. This is not where we come from. And this is not where we're staying. And I've always said that. I'm sorry, Paul's the name. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, ever since I was a kid, I've been trying to figure out. I mean, ever since I was 3, I realized this isn't where I belong, and I've known that. And I see all this stuff, and I'm like, how can people believe this? Or just don't make any sense. Man, I got all these notifications coming up. Oh, Elite Project's got one. Massive UFO recovered. Hang on. Massive UFO recovered intact with bodies in Aztec, New Mexico. Major cover up. No, I don't know about that. Man, y'all, I wasn't going to do but about a little half-hour stream. Now look at me. Crazy. Hmm. And hey, did y'all see that? Here, let me see if I can find it. Boom. I put a poll on the internet. I'll throw it in chat. Because man, I'm serious. I'm fixed to hit this geoengineering climate change something head on, hard on, right as hard as I can. Because the stuff is pissing me off. Why won't that pop out? Really? All right. What in the world? What? How come that won't pop out? Well, anyhow, let me get it over here. That's crazy, y'all. I can't get it. I can't get it to do what I want it to do. I think this is it. I got this poll out here, right? Is climate change due to chemtrails, engineering, or natural cycle? So far, there's been 16 votes. 81% of the people believe it's chemtrails and geoengineering, and 19% of the people out of 16 votes believe it's a natural cycle. That's unbelievable. I don't know why I can't pull that out of there. Why can't I click on that? What's the deal? It only give me the delete option. Do I need to? No. Why can't I click that out? That's right. Last time. Boom. All right. See, this is what I'm talking about. Is neither an option, but I don't believe climate change is real, but I do believe they are trying to control the weather. Well, if you're trying to control the weather, controlling the climate, I mean, you know what I mean? What do you think controlling weather is? Controlling climate. So if you're controlling climate, you're changing the climate. So that is changing climate or climate change. It's just said backwards when you say what they're doing. Say that. I just don't get it. How can people how can people say I believe the weather, but don't believe in climate change that is man-made? That's what I'm trying to get through people's heads, man. How can you believe they are changing the weather and can't say, okay, weather is climate? You're changing weather, you're changing climate. That's called climate change. No, it's called changing the climate. Climate change. Ugh, so frustrating. It's like, oh, Super Dave. That's what I was going to say. It's like arguing with a stop sign. I mean, come on. All right, Super Dave. But I'm just saying, I've been. I don't know if you're for real or what. But this stream is not made for kids. I got to put that on there, you know what I mean? Not for kids. So there shouldn't be any kids watching this. I'm about out of coffee. I need to roll them up. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been running into. These people, they consent to, hey, yeah, they are trying to change the weather, but it's not a man-made climate change. Any man-manipulated weather is man changing the climate. Ugh. How can I get, see, that's why I vote my channel to strictly chemtrails, geoengineering. People need to wake up to this poison. It's killing everything, including us, man. And then not to mention vaccines. I mean, come on. Everything they're spraying up there, they're shooting in our kids. And every bit of it's a neurotoxin. Every bit of it. No, big changes. What I said earlier, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But what they're doing is multiplying the factors to where the reactions and the opposite reactions are growing out of hand, and they can't keep up with it because Mother Nature's fighting back. People just don't get it. I mean, I'm gonna shut up. How come I can't read it? Oh, I know. I had something to do that the other day. I saw this car stop at the stop sign. It's a four-way stop, right? I'm slowing down. They're still sitting there. I come to complete stop them to go, and they won't go. So I'm like, well, hell, I got the green light. But that's the problem, Super Dave, is all in what you believe. That is true. And if you believe a lie, then you're believing a lie. And that's the whole problem. I'm tired of, oh no. I got rid of my chat. I can't. What? But that's the whole problem. Everybody's believing is in what you believe, and that's true. But people are not. How should I don't know? I'm not even gonna give an example. Well, I'm not saying anybody's stupid. They've been lied to, and they've come to one way of thinking, and they can't think outside that box because they've been told this is how it is. I mean, I have that problem with my dad. I'm like, well, why can't you do it like this? Well, that's not how it's supposed to be done. I'm like, but you can still do it like that, but that's not how you're supposed to do it. I'm like, but it can still work doing it this way. It's like Ohm's law in electronics. Well, that's not possible. Well, I'm showing where it is possible, but that's not how they teach it. I don't care how they teach it. You can get outside that box and do something else with Ohm's law. Is what I'm saying. It's irritating. People get taught one way and they don't want to learn the right way. They want that lie to be the truth. Oh, I'm starting to rant, ain't I? Man, I'm sorry, y'all. Well, look, be the change. I got over 20 years on you, and I know how the weather used to be 50 years ago, all right? And I've seen how the weather has done. And yeah, the earth goes through its own natural cycles, but what's going on now is man made, man. It's snowing in the desert, it's raining in the desert, they're getting lakes in the desert, they're getting hailstones the size of daggum softballs in Australia, destroying crops. It's all on purpose, it's all man made. It's all just look, they have thrown away so much pork and beef and chicken because they say, oh, it's got salmonella in it. One person, somebody just shot a gun. One person left their chicken out and got salmonella poisoning. They're going to say, I got this chicken from this batch here. Then they say, well, the whole 1,100,000 pounds of chicken's got it. Is a recall. I mean, come on. Either that or they're putting it in it at the factory. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Agnew. They declassified. I mean, go to my daggum. That I think my neighbor's shooting that gun again, daggum. Well, he don't know. I got 250 caliber daggum rifles, and one of them's got a scope on it. And I done told the cops I will defend myself if I'm being shot at again. American life in the Philippines was good morning for you and it's good night for me. Undoctrinated, how's it going? No, the daggum, the Antarctic, they're finding mammoths that are laying in frozen grass and stuff like that, man. I mean, there's tropical plants down in the Antarctic that are frozen. I'm trying to catch up. I have stopped a stop sign before and waited for it to turn green. Ouija. She hears gunshots. Hang on, wait a minute. I'm losing something here. I wonder how many out of 14 would be willing to put it on a sack. Would anybody trade? What? You can't go outside, Ouija. What's going on, DeBill? I'm going to call you DeBill. I'm a neither earther, Dave, because it ain't worth the argument. But what they're doing to our skies is for real. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if the earth's flat or round. What they're doing up there is killing everything. That's all I'm worried about. It don't matter if it's flat or round. What they're doing is genocide. They are killing trees, plants, animals, and us, the humans. That's all I worry about. I'm not worried about that going round or flat. It doesn't affect me one bit. You know what I mean? It don't matter if they landed on the moon or not. It does not affect my life one bit other than they either lied or they did. The earth is round or it's flat. It don't matter. If it's not round, they've lied to me. If it's flat, they've lied to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but listen, be the change. For plants to be down there frozen in the Arctic, it was a drastic change like that. You can't sit here and start yelling climate change and nothing's going on except for these planes spraying overhead that are changing the climate. That is true. That is really climate change. But a catastrophic climate change is something else. And for plants to be frozen under hundreds of feet of ice, that was catastrophic. No, you can't. No. I don't know what they're doing. All I know is they're killing everything. It don't matter if they're slowing it down or speeding it up. They're killing everything, including us. That's all that matters. I don't care. Stop doing it. Let the earth stay natural. I mean, it looks like all my pine trees, every tree out here looks like somebody's come across and trimmed them. They don't grow to points anymore. They're all flat, like a hedge bush been trimmed or something. Everything. And that's because they can't grow anymore. Another thing is, whatever they're doing is magnifying the sun or something's up. And I've watched these tree branches try to get shade underneath their other branches. It's weird. It's hard to explain. That's why I need a good camera so I can document this stuff. That's the whole thing. I'm having to put this out here by word and not have video proof. I've been seeing all this with my eyes. I just don't have video proof to show people because people don't want to hear it. They want to see it. I can't find any ginseng. I've been looking and looking. I think I found 2 little plants. But let me put it to you this way. This year, this spring, and this fall, not one mushroom grew in the woods at all. Not one. And the year before that, the ones that did grow grew all deformed. Yeah, American Life, thanks for swinging in here, man. And yeah, he's coming soon. Yeah, that's crazy. Undoctrinated mind. That's they got the harp down there, harp, high aurora. What is it? High aurora? But anyhow, they make plasma balls and they heat up the atmosphere. So they're heating up down in the southern hemisphere down there to melt it out. I don't know, Northern Chick. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Yeah, well, man, we had like 6 degrees a month ago in November. I mean, we're down in the single digits for like, think about a week. And then it got up to 63. And then it went from 63 to a high of 33. Y'all hang on 1 minute. I need to scope out the neighborhood. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. My neighbors, man, I shooting a 22 again. I gotta get the old pistol out. Like I told those cops, I'm gonna defend myself next time that crap happens. I'm not having a bullet zing by me like that again. Let me catch up on this chat, y'all. Man is good at destroying themselves. American Life in the Philippines. How back in when was it? 2003. They called it in Memphis. They called it Hurricane Elvis. We had straight line winds that came through Arkansas, went through Memphis, and came all the way out. I was living in Oakland then, in Tennessee. But it was like 85 to 95 mile an hour wind that just came through, man. I thought I was fixing to die. I mean, for no reason. And they called it Hurricane Elvis. I know there was a real Hurricane Elvis, but they called it, I mean, you can look on the internet. Look up Memphis, Tennessee, Hurricane Elvis, and you'll read about it. It tore up some stuff, man. Oh, really? That's what it means, Northland chick. Oh man, you talk about 4 years ago down here, it got in the minuses. I think it was like -6 or something when they called it the polar vortex. I mean, I can't get this wood going, y'all. Seven Spaldings in the house. What's going on, man? Oh, I was ranting about something, but after hearing that 22, it kind of, and I don't know what's going on next door. I hear some people talking. So, what you been up to, Seven? Thanks for coming by. I just realized it's starting to get cold in here a little bit. It's a little chilly, not bad. Yeah, I just got some old wood in there that's not burning. Well, let me move it around a little bit. Oh, I forgot I had my baked potato going in there. But it's not really hot enough for that. I'm just going to leave the door open for a minute. What's your weather like, Seven? Cold up there, ain't it? Or is it? But yeah, it's been crazy. I've seen all sorts of crazy stuff in the skies. I just haven't been able to document it. Yeah, I got an old wood stove in here at 7, and I just decided, well, since I got coals in there, let me wrap up a potato and throw it in there. I forgot about it. I can't get it going now. Dadgum, y'all, I've been on here almost 2 hours. Exactly. It does, Simon. It change. Look, one day it was 64 degrees for a high, and that next day it never got a. I mean, it was 32 degrees. I mean, that's like 32 degrees difference between one day and the other. And then it stayed 30 in the 30s for like 3 days, and then all of a sudden it was 59 degrees. 44 degrees, that's not bad for up there where you're at. Who was that I was saying? But I mean, up in, I think it was Seattle, Washington, they registered the least amount of sunshine for the year which should have been on the 21st, but they registered it before that because they'd sprayed the skies so bad. They got this like 1 meter solar cell that reads the amperage it produces throughout the day. And anyhow, it won the shortest day of the year, and they got the least reading they've ever got. Yeah, there's one in the west right now, man. Every winter, that thing is brighter than I don't know what. And I've never seen it before. I've been seeing it for the last 6 years. I've never seen it before until like I said, 6 years ago. Used to, we'd have an evening star and a morning star, and it would disappear after a while. But this thing here stays up there for a long time, brighter than I don't know what. El Paso, man, I ain't been to El Paso since 1986. I was down there at Lackland Air Force Base. I didn't even get to go. I got in trouble and couldn't even go out on the town, with the town pass to go to El Paso. Me and this dude got mad at each other so bad that we couldn't wait till we got that town pass because we're going to get off the base and we're going to beat the crap out of each other. And somehow the first sergeant found out about it, and he made us stay in the dorm and pull fire guard duty. That's crazy. I'll tell you what some of them are, Lori. They're GPS satellites. They're stationary, and they got a bunch of them up there. That's what I've come to figure. Some of these are satellites. They're up in one spot, and they don't really ever move. If you watch it throughout the night, you'll have 3 of them, and then you can see the rest of the stars move, but those 3 stay in the same spot. And what I'm thinking is the sun gets in certain locations like the wintertime, and that's what's making whatever's shining real bright up there. It's probably a satellite, a stationary satellite of some kind. Super Dave, you're having that weather I was having about 3 days ago. Well, I was ex-military. I was a fly boy, 7. I was in the Air Force. As always, and it's the time of year too. The time of year. What I'm thinking, that one I'm seeing in the west, this got. I mean, I've never seen a star there in my life, but every winter around, let me think, around October, you start seeing it. And about this time of year, it is bright. I'm talking about brighter than the moon. And it couldn't be. I've never seen a star there. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert on what's going on up there, but in my mind, that's what I've come to the conclusion of. But that's my opinion. Don't hold me to it. But I try to figure things out. Oh, did you hear about the balloons they're launching up? Y'all need to go watch Fallout Shelter. He did a thing. The government. I mean, it was in some. What was it? I can't remember what the name of the news feed was he found it in, but they're putting up these things that's got but anyhow, they're balloons that go up to 60,000 feet and they're AI controlled. They move themselves around. They got cameras and radar. They're saying they're doing it to track drug trafficking up in the Midwest from like Illinois and I forgot what all he named. Y'all need to watch Fallout Shelter. He just did it. He posted the video yesterday. But anyhow, it's like they used to call it God's Eye. Now it's called, I can't remember what he called it now. But that thing it can look into your car and look into your house. I mean, it can hear you. I mean, it's 60,000 feet up. No, I never went high altitude. Or shifters. I'm trying to catch up on his chat. But yeah, man, I don't know. One time it was early in the morning, and there's this chem plane going across the sky. Well, when I first walked outside and saw it, I had like a 1 million kilowatt spotlight. So I started spotlighting that plane, right? Well, I'd seen these three stars over there, right? Well, I spotlighted that plane as far as I could to, the trees got in the way. And I was like, let me go look at these. Why do I see three stars that look like they're forming a triangle? And I looked, and one of those stars started moving to the north. And I was like, man, that wasn't no satellite, because a satellite don't just start moving after it's been sitting there for 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Yeah, Fallout Shelter. I can't remember. I watched the other day. I don't know if I can. I I saw it on D Live. He said he was making it for YouTube. YouTube, you gotta watch what you do on YouTube, and you can do a lot more on D Live. So he goes on D Live a lot. He comes on at like, I think, 10 o'clock at night, my time, Central Standard Time. From 96 to 2004 for you. What was that, Super Dave? Oh, okay, I got you. Went up and down to Cumberland. Yeah, I rode a bus, I guess from El Paso up to Wichita Falls, Texas. Somehow or another, I think I went through Roswell, New Mexico, because I remember we went through this town. There's all these UFO stuff everywhere, and I'm like, what? And I didn't even know about back in '86. I didn't even know about the Roswell incident. Right? We come to this town, and I'm seeing aliens and UFOs on, like billboards, but they're, metal UFO. I'm like, what kind of town is this? Never knew I was in Roswell till later on. And I was like, oh shoot. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I knew I was someone right from the time I was 3, but I still was dumb or without knowledge in '86. You know what I mean? It wasn't until the '90s, like the early '90s. Well, the Air Force taught me what reality was. When I saw how, I mean, everybody's got this conception about the military. Man, my conception is they're a bunch of clowns. They're a bunch of people that ain't got nothing to do, but if they're a higher up, just pick on the lowers. You know what I mean? It's like, and I think that's why they go to war, because they get bored with picking on the subordinates, and they decide, well, let's kick some ass. Excuse my language, but there at the end, they were giving people discharges for sneezing wrong and stuff. And I'm like, man, I'm out of here. When I got out of there, that's when they were going to computers. And it cost me an extra 2 hours of time to sit there. I had a book. I had to look up the work order number and fill out this other form and put all this stuff on there so we could hand it into the job, whatever it was. What was it called? Job something. And they would enter it into the computer. I remember that, man. That was in the, I guess, 88, 89, 90 when they started. Well, probably 89 to 90 when they started putting computers on the bases. If you're coming in August, you're coming in the hottest time there is. DeVille. I'm gonna call you DeVille. Man, this wire is not going. Let me see if I can boost it up. Oh, damn. Oh, no. I think I left my potato in there too long. Hang on, would you? My dog's trying to huddle up to the stove so bad. Oh, man, y'all. Yeah, and you make sure there's a certain way you're supposed to harvest that ginseng too, man, so to keep growing in that patch. I mean, you ever heard of Foxfire books? That's how they used to live in like the 1800s. I got all these Foxfire books that teach you how to make wooden buckets and chairs and oxen yoke and just everything. How to make tar, how to make fiddles, banjos, you name it, butter churns, how to make the butter. It tells you everything. Yeah. I usually I got a lacquer bottle. I need to fill it, but I usually use this lacquer bottle and squirt it in there. But I have to have a flame. If you don't have a flame, that stuff will turn to steam. And then get a flame, you got some problems. I did it one time, man. I don't know what happened. But whatever I did, the flame come back up to the bottle. I can't remember what happened. Something happened. I was squirting it. I don't guess I squirted it fast enough and I was too close. And that flame come out and it kind of freaked me out. And when I jumped back, I was still squirting the bottle. I squirted the wall. The wall was on fire. Everything was on fire. But the good thing about lacquer, it evaporates quick. So it didn't burn that long. You know what I'm talking about, Tells? It's called, well, it's hard to sit. Hang on, let me do this. It's called Foxfire. And it shows how to, well, let me get in there. Like this old guy made a fiddle over there, but it's called Foxfire, and there's a bunch of different volumes. Some of them teach you how to make log cabins. Some of them teach you how to do all sorts of stuff. This and here's about garden. I just grabbed one out of my bookshelf up there. I'm trying to find it. I got one shows you how to make moonshine stills. This one here is one about like husbandry for animals and stuff and gardening. I'm not. Listen here, it's showing you how to make looks like a sled so you can haul stuff. I mean, it shows you how to do it like they did it when they settled this country, man. And that's why I have these books, because eventually we will be going back to the old way of doing things if there's enough grass and stuff for the mules and stuff to eat. By the time they get through terraforming this planet or geoengineering it, look, it even shows you how to make your fiddle. mean, it starts from the beginning to the end. I mean, and I'm gonna make one day. But that's just some of the stuff they have in these books. Oh, I ain't been paying attention. Oh, let's see. I never heard of Ration Pass. Ooh, y'all, look, I've been live for like 2 hours. That's crazy. I've got 16 people in the chat. Oh, let me see here, y'all. I'm probably going to get ready to end this. I got to ranting. Like I said, I just wanted to show the old Coke cans. And I wound up. I don't know where I wound up. I don't see anybody live, I know. Let me go to here. I don't see anybody. I was gonna say we'll do a John Boy raid, but I don't see anybody. I wasn't planning on staying on here for about a half hour, and now all of a sudden it's 2 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too, West Texas. I appreciate everybody coming in. Tails Blue Eyed Indian, Seven Spalding, Lori, People's Last Stand, Agony. Who else we having here? DeVille, Anos. Brenda Land, I didn't even see you come in, Brenda Land. Well, how you doing? Man, I must have been doing something. It was probably when I ran outside to see what my neighbors doing. Super Dave. Man, I wasn't expecting to stay. I mean, I just got to ranting. But I'm getting tired of all this stuff getting sprayed over me and my memory getting so bad. I don't know if Jim G's still in here. But I appreciate everybody coming in. I don't have to work tomorrow. I might do a live tomorrow, but I'm going to try to get something together. Oh, shoot, I forgot. I'm on StreamYard. I probably don't have but an hour left. Dadgummit. I can't believe they put an hour limit on dadgum StreamYard, man. Well, look, y'all. Until next time, I will see y'all later. And I appreciate y'all coming by. And y'all have a blessed night. And I'm out of here.